It's always a special night when a fight takes place here at the MGM. The amount of history which has been written here is amazing. The biggest names in the world have fought here, and so I know it's very special for all of these fighters to be fighting in the MGM Grand Garden, but I think it's very special for us, and for you, and for the fight fans to be here at the capital of boxing, Las Vegas, and really the home of boxing, the MGM Grand. This is boxing, and usually when I promote a boxing match, there's always, in one way or the other, there's some sort of negativity attached. Somebody has to say something negative. But that's not the case here. I mean, there's true excitement in the air. This is truly top to bottom one of the best cards I remember. These are evenly matched fights between great challengers and great champions and former champions, and I know they're going to put it all on the line. On a personal note, I'm very happy to be back here in Las Vegas. I was fortunate to promote so many great events right here from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. I really consider it my home away from home. It's always very special. It's a great hotel, but it's as well a great state athletic commission. As I said so many times, I really believe that the Nevada State Athletic Commission is the gold standard when it comes to athletic commissions. It's always a pleasure to work with the executive director and with the entire team here from the Nevada State Athletic Commission. It's a pleasure for me now to introduce to you first up Bob Bennett, who has been very instrumental to make sure everything runs smooth, and it's a pleasure to have Bob here.
Thank you, Richard. First of all, I'd just like to say good afternoon, and it's certainly an honor and a privilege for us to regulate another championship event. We had some terrific fights on this card. Like I said, we've got some outstanding officials ready to go to work, and we look forward to this event. It's something we embrace and we take very seriously. I would also like to thank Richard SCHAEFER and welcome him back to the fight capital of the world with Ringstar Promotion. Having his first fight back here, it's a pleasure. Of course, Tom Brown from TGB, and the former world champion, now turned promoter, Barry McGUIGAN. With Barry. Yes. Very nice to have him, and I'd like to thank all three guys for bringing this fight to the fight capital of the world. And as you know, this couldn't happen without Richard Sturm and the MGM, because they put on events that are second to none, and it's certainly a pleasure and privilege to work with them as well. We're fortunate to have Showtime broadcasting this event. They always do a great job when they come to Vegas, and one of the things that I particularly respect about them is that they're very open-minded and objective during the broadcasting of their events. Don't kid yourself, all commissions listen to how the fights are broadcasted and whether there's any prejudice or bias stated, because we like to keep an open mind when we're doing our job. So we appreciate that, Stephen. And last but not least, and probably most importantly, the fighters should know that the Las Vegas Athletic Commission has a great deal of respect for the fighters, and we wish them continued success, because without them, we wouldn't be here. So thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you, Bob, and I want to give a big thank you as well to my good friend and one of the most loyal friends I ever had, Al Heyman. I want to thank him and his entire team at Heyman Boxing, the Watsons and Sylvia and Brad and all of them for what they do for the sport of boxing and how they really genuinely care for their athletes. Thank you. Yes. I want to thank as well Corona for putting their name and their muscle, their marketing muscle, yet behind another great fight card. I know the Irish like Guinness, so actually I talked to Richard Sturm to make sure that we're not going to be encountering the same situation we had when Ricky Hatton fought Floyd Mayweather here. We had a huge crowd of Brits come here, and I know there's going to be a huge crowd of Irish fans coming here to see Carl Frampton. So I wanted to make sure they're not going to be running out of beer again here at the MGM Grand, and maybe order a few extra cases of Guinness as well. Or maybe we can convert the Irish to Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina. So who knows? We're going to try that, right? But I want to thank, a big thank to the co-promoters as well, the McGUIGANs, Cyclone Promotions, Tom Brown and his daughter Brittany. They're terrific people, they're respectful people, and this entire co-promotion was really about respect and one common goal, to make this fight as big as it can be. And I hope you're all going to enjoy what you're going to see on Saturday night. As I mentioned, this is top to bottom one of the best cards I remember. It's a card of winners. When I added up last night the total wins of these fighters featured here on Saturday night, it's 300 wins with only 30 losses. So it is a card of winners. It's a card of punchers as well. Between them, almost 200 knockouts. So you can certainly expect some fireworks. And all that for $50. I mean, tickets are starting at $50. I anticipate a near sellout, if not a sellout, on Saturday night. So make sure you get your tickets. There are still some tickets available. I really think it's almost too cheap compared to what some of these other entertainment options cost in town and out of town as well. I know Saturday night will be the happiest place on earth for fight fans, right here at the MGM Grand Garden, because it will be a spectacular night. I don't like to guarantee things, but I'll guarantee you it will be a spectacular night on Saturday night. I want to thank some people which usually sort of like get forgotten, and that's my extended family here at the MGM Grand. We always thank Richard Sturm, but behind Richard is a terrific team, and that starts from the people when you walk into the hotel, to the ladies sitting up front here in front of the media center, with the kindness and the smile and the way they welcome us. They all make us feel at home here at the MGM Grand. But it starts at the top, and the top is the president and the CEO of sports and entertainment for the entire MGM Resorts Group, and that's my good friend Richard Sturm.
Thank you, Richard. Welcome back, welcome home. Good afternoon and welcome to all of the media, the fighters, and their camps. Thank you for joining us at today's press conference, and we welcome the return of the PBC Series to MGM Grand. This weekend's championship event marks the exciting rematch between Carl Frampton and Leo Santa Cruz. This international battle kicks off what will be another sensational year of sports and entertainment at our MGM Resorts properties in Las Vegas. We all look forward to witnessing another fight of the year candidate as Frampton looks to remain undefeated while Santa Cruz looks to avenge his only loss. We'd like to give a special thanks to Richard SCHAEFER and his Ringstar team, Al Heyman, of course, Team Frampton and Cyclone Promotions, Tom Brown and TGB Promotions, Santa Cruz and his team, as well as Steven Espinoza with Showtime Sports, and Bob Bennett of the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Once again, thanks for being here, and we look forward to seeing you Saturday night.
Thank you, Richard. In the past few weeks leading up to the fight, I had a lot of people and workouts and so on approaching me and thanking me for putting together such a terrific pay-per-view card with 3 world title fights. They said these days when all these people are doing pay-per-views, it's rare to see a card like that because there are going to be so many pay-per-views coming up in the coming months. Well, as you all know, I had to correct them. It could be a pay-per-view, but it's not. This is a card which is clearly pay-per-view worthy given the amount of talent we have on this card, but it's not. if you're a subscriber to Showtime, you're going to be able to see this card for free. And that is what boxing is. We want to continue to bring these great stacked cards like we've done in the past to fight fans here in the United States and around the world. And I want to give a big thank you to my friend Steven Espinoza, the president of Showtime Sports, because without him, these cards would simply not be possible. I think the commitment, yes, a big thank you. The commitment he has shown a couple weeks ago with a great card from New York, and now this one here, and you look what's ahead of us here with Showtime, with the Showtime boxing calendar. It really is a great time to be a boxing fan, and it is a fantastic time to be a Showtime subscriber. Thank you very much, and now let's give a big hand to my good friend Steven Espinoza.
Thank you, Richard. I'd like to also join those welcoming Richard back to the sport. The sport needed him, the sport missed him, and Vegas has missed him as well. Over the last 4 years, Showtime has televised more boxing events from the MGM brand than any other network. In fact, it became our second home. Unfortunately, none of those were in 2016. So Richard, I'm sorry, my apologies. We're glad to be back, and I promise you it will not be long before we're back many, many times. Before I talk about the Showtime telecast, a quick word about Showtime Extreme. Hopefully, as all of you know, Showtime Extreme is our televised preliminary fights. It's an initiative that we started in February 2012, and we've had 38 telecasts to date. On those telecasts, which other than Showtime Extreme would normally be non-televised fights, there have been 14 future world champions that have appeared on Showtime Extreme. That includes Deontay Wilder, both of the Charlo brothers, Daniel Jacobs, Sean Porter, and one fighter on this card, Dejan Zlaticanin, got his start on Showtime Extreme as well. Lee Selby and Johnny Barros will be the second world title fight on Extreme. We're thrilled to be presenting a fight of that caliber on Extreme. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. Then a couple of quick words about our Showtime telecast. Dejan, who we all know started on Extreme, is one of the most avoided fighters in the lower weight classes. And that's not exaggeration, it's simply a fact. And he's avoided by other champions even. But Mikey Garcia is not one who goes with the norm. In fact, Zlaticanin is the 8th consecutive opponent for Mikey who has held or fought for a world title. So that's even with a 2.5-year layoff. So I think it's no exaggeration to say that this is a very special fight, and we're lucky to have it on the card. In our main event, for my money, Frampton Santa Cruz was the fight of the year in 2016, and by wide consensus, Carl Frampton was the fighter of the year in 2016. This fight has a chance to become one of the great rivalries, and it reminds me in many ways of the Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales rivalry at featherweight, several of which were here at the MGM. But a couple of stats from the first fight to give you a sense of really how close a fight it was. The fight was so close that there's a difference of just 13 total punches between the fighters over the 12 rounds. 13 punches. A fight was so action-packed that nearly 80% of the punches landed were power punches. It was so close a fight that the fighters landed within 6 punches of each other in 10 of the 12 rounds. I'll say that again. In 10 of the 12 rounds, there were 6 punches or less landed that separated the two fighters. That's the definition of a closely fought fight, a hard-fought fight, and we're thrilled that the two fighters were willing to do a rematch so quickly. And in fact, we're proud to be a part of this card. Richard alluded to it. This card, top to bottom, is really what this sport can be at its best. These are professional guys, respectful guys, hardworking, really a credit to the sport. And we do focus on the negative sometimes, and often too much. And so I want to accentuate the positive when we have a card of great guys and great fighters top to bottom. It's no wonder that there's a distinctly family element and flavor to this fight. You have Carl and the McGUIGANs, you have Leo and his father and his brothers, you know, the Garcias, the Benavides. We have a lot of fighting families here, and it shows through in the commitment to the sport, and we're proud to be a part of it. We'll see you on Saturday night. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Now it's a particular pleasure for me to ask up at the podium to make some opening remarks. A former world champion, a Hall of Famer, and Carl Frampton's manager, Barry McGuigan. Barry, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Delighted that you're all here. I'm very excited about this great night. Thank you, Richard SCHAEFER, for the introduction. Brilliant card. I have a number of people to thank before I get off. So I'd like to, first of all, thank Richard Stern at the MGM. First time we've met him, he's treated us magnificently, and the hotel rooms up in the loft are pretty special. I have to thank you for that. Bob Bennett from the Nevada State Athletic Commission, great guy, straight down the line. I wouldn't like to piss him off, I can tell you, he's a tough guy. Stephen Espinosa, what a fantastic bloke, and all of the people I've met in television down through the years, he is the most humble, brilliant, and he's got a fantastic team around him, and we're really thrilled to be part of the Showtime team. Absolutely fantastic. Al Heyman, we don't see much of him, but he is one of the nicest guys in the business. He cares about the fighters. He's got a bit of stick over the years that, you know, this and that. But PBC are really flying at this stage. They're producing some amazing shows, and his ideal fighting program is really coming to bear. It's really flying. The Watson guys and the two boys, I keep thinking they're twins. They're not twins. They get upset with me. One says he's much younger than the other, but I don't want to guess which one it is. Thank you very much for that. Richard SCHAEFER, brilliant guy. Delighted to be involved with him. Tom Brown, he's not here today because I spoke to him earlier, but he's got some of his representatives with him. And all the media guys that have travelled from all over the world, specifically the British and Irish media. They have come the whole way across the Atlantic for this. They're part of our lives. We become part of their lives, they become part of our lives. And when they're in their dotage, they will remember the time they were here with Carl Frampton, and we hope it's going to be on a regular basis. One other person I want to thank, Louis de Cubis. Thank you for all your help, Louis. You've been a fantastic help over the years. It's been great. Cyclone team, they've been magnificent. All the one in the background there, they don't say much, but they do a great job. So let me get to the crux of the matter. This is going to be a sensational fight. The last one was Fight of the Year. Leo Santa Cruz, what respect we have for this man and his family. They're absolutely beautiful people, great people, and by God can they fight. They're fantastic, and we really respect them, no doubt about it. This is going to be a great fight. The undercard, just like Richard SCHAEFER said, is a spectacular. I don't think I've seen such a good undercard in a long, long time, and it's for free. It's incredible. Thank you very much. It's going to be a great fight, but I have to say, guys, we're taking the belts home with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Barry. Before I'm going to start introducing the fighters now, again, make sure you're going to be there early. Action starts at 2 o'clock. That's when the door opens with the first bout. There are going to be some great young fighters out there fighting their heart out. Please keep an eye on as well on a very special young fighter who is promoted by Cyclone, and who I think we've all heard about. Cyclone is doing a terrific job with them. He really is quickly making a name, not only in the UK, but everywhere, and that is Josh Taylor. With a record of 7-0 and with 7 knockouts. He's going to be fighting here on this card, so make sure you keep an eye on this young man, and he is here in Las Vegas, and I know how special it is for a fighter to be in Las Vegas and to fight here at the MGM Grand. So I would like him to come up here and say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. Just want to say I'm so excited to be here in Las Vegas. It's the first time I've ever been here. So I'm so thrilled to be involved in such a big undercard and so early in my career. I can't wait for Saturday, and I'm going to bring back another win hopefully, and I can't wait for the card, the main event, Leo Santa Cruz and FRAMPTON. It's going to be a massive fight. Thanks. Cheers.
Thank you, Josh. So the first fight up on the Showtime Extreme telecast will be a super middleweight bout between David Benavidez and Sherali Mammadjanov. And I remember it was a little over a year ago. It was in Los Angeles actually. I think it was Leo Santa Cruz and Abner Mares were fighting. My good friend, somebody who has a keen eye for talent, he was the one who discovered Manny Pacquiao as well. And I was fortunate to work with him for many years, and it seems like we're going to be doing that now again. And you guys obviously know who I'm talking about. Samson Lekovic, right there he is. He told me about a young fighter he found who back then was 10-0, and he said, Richard, this is going to be the next big pay-per-view star. And I remember when he told me that about Manny, and he was right. He was very, very right. And so I have no reason to doubt him. And I followed the young man's fights, David Benavidez, and man, was he right. I mean, this kid can fight. And he's exciting, has a great personality as well. So I share your sentiment, Samson. I do believe he will become a big pay-per-view attraction. And it's a pleasure to work with you again, my friend. Please welcome up to the podium now with a record of 16-0 with 15 knockouts, David Benavidez.
Hello everybody, how's everybody doing? First of all, I want to thank God. Without him, none of this would be possible. Second of all, I want to thank my team, Samson Lukowicz, my promoter, my father, Jose Benavidez, my other trainers. I've been training very hard for this fight. It's going to be a very big opportunity for me to show my skills in this show. I've been training 3 months for this fight, and I'm as ready as could be. I can't wait to give you guys a great show, and it's going to be a good night of boxing. Thank you.
David, I saw that the man he's going to fight just came up, and that is Sherali Mammadjanov. He is from Uzbekistan with a record of 14-1 with 7 knockouts. So this is going to be a real fight, and I'd like to ask him up to the podium as well to say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum. Man xursandman MGM Grand urushayotganimga musobaqada orzu qilganman.
Hello everybody, I'm very happy to be here. I'm very excited. It was a dream of my life. I came all the way from Uzbekistan to take this fight.
Hammalarga kattakon rahmat. Yaxshi shou ko'rsataman. Organizatorlarga hammasiga rahmat.
I want to thank everybody who's here. I want to thank the promotion for giving me opportunity. I'm going to put on the show Saturday.
Rahmat.
Thank you.
The main event on the Showtime Extreme telecast will be a fight in that very hot featherweight division with Lee Selby defending his featherweight world title against Jonathan Barros. Jonathan Barros from Mendoza, Argentina. Actually, I got an important note, last minute change on my notes, that he doesn't like to be called Jonathan, but Johnny. So sorry. Johnny Barros, he is not here. He is finalizing his medicals, so I apologize for that. I was just made aware of that. Record of 41-4 with 1 draw, 21 knockouts, a terrific fighter with the fighting heart out of Argentina. And he is going to be taking on a man they call the Mayweather of Wales, and how appropriate for Lee Selby to defending his title right here at the MGM Grand, which is the home where Floyd Mayweather made so much history. And how appropriate to be on this card as well, where we see the two best featherweights in the world fighting each other. There's obviously a lot of potential mix and match opportunities down the road. And it's a pleasure now for me to introduce to you the IBF featherweight world champion with the record of 23-1 and 8 knockouts out of Cardiff, Wales, Lee Selby.
Thank you. I'd just like to say how happy and excited, but also how proud I am to be fighting here in the Mecca of boxing, the MGM Grand Las Vegas. If you don't know my background, I turned professional in 2008. I wasn't an Olympic representative. I didn't win gold medals in no major tournaments. So I turned professional with no TV backing, little money, boxing in small leisure centres, small hall shows. Against all odds, I've worked my way up now to be here defending my world title at the MGM Grand Las Vegas. Hopefully Saturday night I'll put on a great show, show you some skillful boxing, some spiteful punching, and I'll return home still IBF heavyweight world champion. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. Now moving on to Showtime World Championship Boxing at its highest and its best level. These two great matchups opening up the telecast, a fight which really could be on any other network, the main event easily, to a great champion and a great former champion who is hungry and wants to get that title again, become a 3-time world champion. Dejan has proven himself. I wasn't really that familiar with him, and I mentioned it at the press conference in Los Angeles. I looked him up on YouTube and watched some of his fights, and I was always under the impression, as I said in LA, that King Kong comes from New York, right? Well, you know, I changed my mind. There must be another King Kong, the one from Montenegro, and his name is Dejan. This guy is a puncher, and I gave him the nickname, Dejan King Kong from Montenegro. This guy is as dangerous as it gets, and after I saw these videos, I called Mikey. I really like Mikey. I like his family, his parents there, the mother and the father and his brother. I have the utmost respect for him as a fighter, as an athlete, as a person, and I really like the guy. And I sat down with him and with his brother Robert, and I said, man, this is only your second fight. Why do you want to fight this guy? I mean, there's so many other guys. This guy is dangerous. This is really playing with fire. And then I get a call from a very respected journalist a couple hours later, and he's telling me, why did you make that fight? You know, Mikey's gonna lose. Well, there we go. So I said, Mikey, please, don't you want to change your mind? He says, well, you don't think I'm going to be able to beat the guy? He says, no, but you know, maybe later on, take another fighter. So I said, no. I wasted enough time. That's the kind of fighter I am. I want to fight the best. I want to win against the best. I'm here to make a statement. I really, that's the kind of fighter I am. And here we go. Here we go. This is a very dangerous fight, and I wish you all the best, Mikey. I know you have a great team behind you with Robert Garcia and with your dad as well. Robert came up with the right game plan with Abner Maris against Cuellar, another big puncher. So there's a reason why he was trainer of the year and the former world champion and all these other things Robert Garcia has accomplished. Mikey has brains himself, but he has a lot of brains in his corner as well, so they make a terrific team. Robert, I think you didn't want to come up and say a few words, so you do the interviews later. But it is really a pleasure for me now to introduce somebody who I not only believe, but I know will become a huge star in the sport of boxing. And I am proud to call him up here to the podium in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand. And I hope that I'm going to be able to introduce to you right here the former two-time world champion, one of the most exciting fighters, most skilled fighters in the sport, yes, Mikey Garcia.
Hello everybody, thank you for being here. Like everybody else, I need to thank gentlemen who make this possible, including all the media who cover this. Thank you very much. Richard SCHAEFER, Steven Espinoza, Dejan's team for accepting the challenge. Well, you know, we're here. I was gone 2.5 years. Everybody knows that story, how that went. And now that I'm back, I'm ready to take over. I'm here. I am taking on the biggest challenges available, the biggest opponents available with the credibility that I need. You know, I got to take on champion like Saturday night in Dejan because that's where I prove myself. It's one thing to win a title and fight for a vacant title. I could cherry pick my way up many titles like that, but that's not what I'm about. That's not what I need. That's not what I want. I need to take the titles away from legitimate champions. And he seems to be the most dangerous in the division right now. Undefeated, great power, very dangerous fight for me. A lot of people think, but I believe in my skills. I believe I know what I got. My team believes in me. We're picking up right where we left off. I keep telling everybody, the best is yet to come. This is only the beginning. Saturday night is only the beginning of the best stage of Mikey Garcia. What I accomplished in the past is only just a small glimpse, only a preview of what's about to come. Saturday night, I will become 3-division world champion, remain undefeated, add another title to the collection, and give the fight fans a lot more to watch and enjoy. This next stage of my career will be the biggest, best stage of Mikey Garcia. I need to thank everybody for accepting the fight. I know he believes he's gonna win, which only makes for a terrific fight, because if he believes he's gonna win and I believe I'm gonna win, that's a recipe for a great action fight. With all that, I just wanna say thank you again very much to everybody for being here. And make sure you guys watch it Saturday night. Thank you.
Fight is brought to us in association with Dibella Entertainment as well, and it is a pleasure now for me to introduce to you Ron Rizzo, the Vice President of Operations for Dibella Sports and Entertainment, who will be introducing Dejan.
Thank you, Richard. So I'd just like to thank, everybody that's brought this fight together. Starting off with Steven Espinoza from Showtime, Richard Stern from MGM, the Nevada Athletic Commission, Mauricio Suleiman with the WBC, sponsor Corona, and also a friend of mine that helps a lot with Dejan and has helped guide him over the course of the last couple of years with Alex Vasefeld. Brings him over here, sets up his camp in Long Beach, and gets him prepared. I'd also like to thank all the promoters that are involved with us. It's a pleasure to do work with Ringstar, Cyclone Promotions, TGB. Samson's also involved. So thank you very much for your hospitality. So look, everybody knows Mikey Garcia. He's a stud fighter. We know this. He's been around, has the pedigree. Not as many people know Dejan Zlaticanin. Dejan is. Like everybody else has said earlier, Steven, also Richard, these are two of the best fighters in the 135-pound division. They're guys that, they want to fight the best guys. And, he's a champion. Best challenger that's there is Mikey Garcia. So Dehan says, this is the person I want. I don't want to go try Unify, I want the best. And that's what he did. So let me introduce the WBC World Champion, Dehan Zlaticanin. We have Naga Martinovic, who's going to translate for him.
Zdravo svima, moram da kažem da je veliko zadovoljstvo biti u Vegasu. Što se tiče moje borbe 28. januara protiv Majke Garcije, svi znate Majke i koliko je on opasan borac.
Hello everybody, it's my pleasure to be here. Everybody knows how dangerous fighter is Mikey Garcia and it's a big thing to fight against him.
Kada su mi rekli da treba da se borim protiv Majkija, naravno ja sam odmah prihvatio jer želim da se borim protiv najboljih.
When they told me that I have to fight against Mikey Garcia, I accepted because I want to fight against the best.
Svi znaju ko je Majki, da je on izuzetno popularan širom planete. Za mene ne znaju, ali će saznati 28. januara.
Everybody knows about Mikey because he's famous all around the planet. They maybe don't know about me, but I'm sure that they will remember me forever.
Volim rizične borbe, ovo se može smatrati također i za mene jedna rizična borba, ali da nije tako, sigurno ne bih postao šampion svijeta jer dolazim iz zemlje za koju niko ne zna, 95% vas prisutnih, a i možda i više.
This is very risky fight and it's a very big thing to fight against this fighter and to win because I came from the country, maybe 95% of you don't know where is Montenegro.
Neću više da dužim, 28. januara ću reći sve ostalo u ringu.
I don't want to talk too much. On 28th January I will tell you.
Thank you, gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Now to the main event. I'm not really going to talk about the fight anymore because I don't think I need to hype it. You guys are as excited as I am, so I'm not going to spend any more time on that. But move directly to the fighters and their camps. In the Santa Cruz family, boxing is really a family business. It's a very, very close-knit family. You see the brothers there, his wife, his mom, and everybody is here. They're always together. It's a very, very close-knit family. And when Leo was fighting the first time in New York, the first match with FRAMPTON, there were a lot of other things on his mind, and this is not an excuse, it's a fact. They were fighting another opponent, and his name was not FRAMPTON. His name was Cancer. And this close-knit family was fighting for that. We're fighting for the well-being of the family patriarch, Jose Santa Cruz. Jose, of course, his father, but he was always there from an early age on, taking him to the gym and guiding him and helping Leo to become the kind of person he is today. So I am very pleased to introduce to you now just a great person, a caring husband, a great man, and a fantastic trainer who is healthy, who is strong, who has beat cancer and is here on Saturday night to guide his son to bring those world titles back home. Please welcome Jose Santa Cruz. Thank you. Yes, I'd like to address what I was just told, what Mr. Santa Cruz would like to express to you, that his cancer is in full remission. He's very happy for you to all be here. Yes, please, a big applause. Yes. And lots of thanks to all the well wishes he got from all of you. And that's the beautiful thing in boxing. We might fight, we might not always be on the same page, but when one of us, of the boxing fraternity, is in trouble and is in need, we stick together. And I think that's a very special bond we have here as the boxing community. And Leo's father very, very much appreciate that, how you all pulled for him, and thank you very much. What can I say about Leo Santa Cruz? We know he always has a smile on his face, even when he gets punched in the ring. He is one of the most exciting fighters, a volume puncher, one of the kindest guys, the nicest guys, great family man, great father, really defines the word of entertaining. You will never be not entertained or in a boring fight when you see Leo Santa Cruz fight. He's truly, truly, pound for pound, the nicest and best and just the most complete fighter and human being I know. I was fortunate to be involved with his career early on, and it is very special for me, for my first fight here back in Las Vegas, to be able to promote a Leo Santa Cruz fight. And it is truly a pleasure and an honor to call up to the podium now, multiple-time world champion, one of the greatest fighters in our sport, Leo Santa Cruz.
Good afternoon, muy buenas tardes a todos. Les quiero decir nomás que estoy muy contento. Le quiero primero, antes de nada, dar las gracias a Diosito. I want to thank God. I want to thank the best manager out there. My manager Al Heyman, and I want to thank Richard SCHAEFER for introducing me to him. If he would have never introduced him to me, I think I would have never been here where I'm at right now, because he helped me get to this point. And I also want to thank the whole Heyman team, the brother Marcus and Sam and Brandon. Thank you. I want to thank Sylvia, Brad, and all the Heyman team. Andy, and I'm just very happy with all the whole team. I wouldn't be here. I also want to thank my whole team. My family, all the people that helped me prepare for this fight to get here. I want to thank my sponsors. I want to, my sponsors, Corona, Tires and Wheels, Malecon Nightclub, and Los Altos Boots. I want to thank all of them. I want to thank all the media, all the people that have been supporting me. And I just want to, I'm just happy to be here since I was very small. It was always my dream to be a main event and in a big card. Like I saw Chavez, Mayweather, Osceola, Trinidad, Vargas, all those fighters fight here in the MGM, and I always said, hopefully one day I will fight there. I never believed it, I was just something I had in my mind, and I said, but the truth, I never believed that I would ever be there. So this is like, a dream come true. But now that I made it, I'm proud of myself, I'm proud of my family that they helped me get to this point and achieve my dreams. And now that I'm here, I want to take this opportunity to shine. Once I get here, I want to look my best, and for this fight, I'm really prepared. As you guys know, we had a great first fight. It was pretty tough, and I know this fight is gonna be pretty tough too. It's gonna be pretty even, but we're gonna work on little things that we work in the gym. We're gonna be smarter, but like. I, as a Mexican fighter, all Mexican fighters like to fight, give the fans a great fight. And every time I step in the ring, I go out there and to try to please the fans. I go out there and brawl. I always go and fight and make it a war. I could fight, I could use my distance, I could box and everything, but I never do that because sometimes that makes it for a boring fight or and not entertaining. But this fight, I gotta think about myself. I gotta go out there and maybe, cause a lot of people have told me that to be smart, that I have to use my distance, my reach, and with FRAMPTON I don't have to go out there and brawl. So I'm gonna try to do a little bit of everything. I'm gonna try to go out there and brawl. I'm gonna use my distance, but more importantly, I'm gonna go out there and be smart. Be smart and try to do what I have to do to win this fight, because that's more importantly. But other than that, I just want to thank you all guys. I think this fight is gonna be even better than the first fight. If you guys thought the first fight was great, this one is gonna be a lot better. And I know it's still gonna be really tough because Carl Frampton is a great fighter. You know, he's one of the best fighters I fought, and he has great skills, very respectful, great man. I know he does this for his family too. And when you do this for your family, you do it with heart, with hunger, and you leave everything in the ring. And like I said, when I see Carl Frampton, I see myself, because the same reason he's fighting for is his family. That's the same reason I'm fighting for, to give my family a great future and keep giving them the best, because we would do anything for our family. And so I want to give you guys thanks, and also I want to let you guys know that you know, my outfit I'm gonna be wearing for the fight, I'm gonna be raffling it out for other kids, you know, that are dealing with cancer, and all those parents that can't afford like for the treatments. My outfit and my boots is gonna go to the first place. So they're gonna be selling tickets. You know, Andrew Rodriguez and his brother Deuce, they're gonna be selling them probably through the whole to the weekend before the fight, and after the fight they're gonna be selling tickets to raffle my outfit. The first place is gonna get my outfit and my boots. The second place is gonna get the gloves I'm gonna wear for the fight, and the third place is gonna get a signed canvas and with my picture and everything. So I wanna let you guys know to go support, and all that money is gonna go to the kids with cancer. So I'm just thank you, and hopefully you guys go and support us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Leo. I'm sure with the media, the desk will make more information about this charitable endeavor available to all of you. Now on to the team Frampton, led by a young trainer who is quickly becoming one of the most sought after trainers, one of the best trainers, not only in the UK, but really worldwide. He is a terrific young man, and trains, among others, a very close friend of mine, David Hay, as well, and of course here Carl Frampton. It is a pleasure now for me to introduce to you Shane McGuigan.
Thank you, Richard, for the introduction. Yeah, really looking forward to Saturday night. You know, 14 weeks of a long camp, coming into a rematch. It's easy to prepare for the fight that you've just had, you know, especially it being an immediate rematch. But you know, it was such a finely fought contest between two great warriors, and in Carl Frampton and Leo Santa Cruz. And it's, you know, 36 minutes in the ring together. They shared action-packed from the start to finish. I really believe it's going to pick up where it left off. I still think we're going to get the victory. I still think it's going to be an incredibly exciting fight. But you know, Leo Santa Cruz suffered his first loss, and I feel like he has to make his adjustments in the fight, and with those adjustments that will be, you know, up to Carl Frampton to adapt to it. So it's going to be a hard fight, it's going to be an exciting fight, but one that I really truly believe that Carl Frampton's going to win. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shane. He's the fighting pride of Belfast, Northern Ireland. His record speaks for itself. 23-0, undefeated, unified the world titles at 122 pounds against Scott Quigg, and in 2016 followed up with a victory over Leo Santa Cruz to make him the first Irish two-division world champion. He really is a hero in Ireland. I had the pleasure to see that firsthand when we had thousands and thousands of people in downtown Belfast when we had the press tour. His charisma, his fighting skill has really captured the heart of fight fans and sports fans all across the world. He was recognized universally by every major, and I say major because I know there was one which wasn't, but that's not a major one. But all major outlets around the world has voted him as Fighter of the Year. And for those of you who haven't had the chance to see him fight live, here is your chance. And please let your readers and your viewers know that you have a chance to watch on Saturday night, right here from the MGM Grand Garden, the 2016 Fighter of the Year, the undefeated world champion, Carl the Jackal Frampton.
Thank you, Richard, and thanks everyone for the turnout. A few thank yous at the start, obviously, the promotional teams that put this magnificent show together, Tom Brown, Ringstar Sport and Cyclone Promotions, Stephen Espinoza of Showtime as well, Leo Santa Cruz's team, I think, as well, because negotiations for this fight went pretty smoothly. I think that both of us enjoyed the last fight. I think it was an exciting fight for the fans. I think the fans might have actually enjoyed the fight more than me and Leo, so it was pretty easy to make, so credit to Leo and his team for that. Obviously I want to thank Al Heyman also, and Lewis DeCubis, who's helped us out a lot over here in the States since we've been here, Kenny Porter, Sean Porter for the use of their gym, Robert Guerrero for the use of his house, and the people of the MGM as well, so thank you. I think that this fight, like the last one, I don't think it can be too much different. I think that our styles just gel well together. Leo is a tremendous fighter who I have the utmost respect for him and his team. He spoke a lot about family, and that both of us fight for our families, and that's really all the motivation you need when you have two guys that go in with two young kids who just want to make them have a better life than our lives. I think then you have the ingredients for a top quality contest. No doubt both of us will do whatever it takes to win this fight, but the way things have been going in this training camp for me, I'm extremely confident of getting the win. I'm excited for the fight, I'm up for it, but I believe that I'm going to come out victorious and we're going to go home. All the travelling support as well, sorry, I never mentioned them. The travelling support that I have is absolutely fantastic. A real credit to everyone from Belfast, from the UK and Ireland to come out and support me. And I'm hoping to send them all home very, very happy, but thank you.
Thank you very much, Carl, and I want to thank you all, and let's have a great fight week here in Las Vegas, and I see you all in around the media center here. We are going to have the fighters available as well for questions after this, but for now we are going to post them, right, Lisa? Okay, thank you. Move this back.